As a CEO, you spend a lot of time on video calls. There's a chance that you spend more time meeting people on screens that are outside the company than you do in person. So it's really important how you present yourself. And I've been surprised, frankly stunned, at the unevenness of the quality of CEOs and how they show up on a video call. I'm not talking about their presentation slides or the words they use. I'm talking about the basics, how the screen looks and how they present themselves. So I just want to go back to the basic stuff and share some thoughts for you on how to improve your first impression for these really important meetings. First, I intentionally left my camera lens dirty to show you if you're not cleaning your camera lens, you want to do that. At least check it before every call. You see the rays of light and fuzziness? It doesn't, you wouldn't say, oh, maybe that's so bad, but it leaves a really bad impression. Kind of like if you come to a conference room and there's leftover stuff from food from the lunch the day before. So that's one thing. Another thing is don't sit out of the frame. Don't either cut off your head or be so small that they can't really see you. They just see your room. Ideally, you're going to be positioned so that not only are you clear with your expressions in your face, but your body language can come through as well. And then as far as what you wear, I recommend that you dress the same way you would if you were in your office or meeting with somebody in person. Even if it's informal, like a coffee shop, the mistake is sometimes people feel like, well, I'm working from home, so I have a pass on my appearance. And that is not true. So take the time to create the same consistent look that you would normally. I'm not saying you have to dress a certain way, but dress consistently with the way your culture does and you do it with your business. Lighting is really important, and a couple of recommendations there. One, if at all possible, have natural light behind the lens. So I have a window that's open behind my laptop. It makes the lighting, you get the richest lighting, and it's not tricky at all. You just open the window. That's the thing to do. The thing not to do at all costs is have an open window behind you that brings in the light, and you get that anonymous effect where I can just see your profile. It's very annoying, and it also just takes away all of your opportunity to share eye contact and an expression. And in between, the best lighting, if you don't have that window option, create lighting that's behind you as much as possible so the light is opening you up. And then for your background, I'm a big fan of natural background. If it creates an authentic, more real situation on screen. And I know sometimes you can't. And my recommendation is if your background is not meeting worthy, first step, if possible, is to do a blur because that keeps you more natural in the screen. My issue with artificial backgrounds is if they're not lit properly, you have the distraction of people's ears and hair disappearing into the background, which is very distracting, and it's just not very professional. Also, if you do use a simulated background, better to have it be brand consistent, or at least something more about your company versus something random that worked when you were a technical expert and it was kind of cool to be edgy. But when you're representing the company and your idea and this future, you want to be conscientious about that as well. Few tips for you. I think you want to keep in mind that being on video, it's not about how you connect with people, it's when and what you're talking about. And if it's that first meeting with an investor or a prospect or a customer, or even follow-on meetings that are important, you want to take the time to make sure that the impression creates that authentic professional appearance that helps you share your ideas.